to make it easier on a tower rock, the morning watchman would do the cooking for the main meal, and you would leave your meat, whatever it was you were having that day, out, and they would cook it, or it might be sausages, or it might be a chicken, whatever, bits and pieces. It'd all be done at the same time. On an island rock, like say Lundy or the Skerries, then it was a bit freer. You had a separate kitchen, you had your own bedroom, and there were offices and things like that. So it was all a lot more spacious and easier. So you'd be cooking for yourself as and when you fancied it, and you had to clear up everything behind you in case the next chap wanted to use stuff straight away. And you had to work together and be respectful of other people's space and this, that and the other. But on a tower rock, where you're all sort of shoved in together in one room, and let's face it, diameter of the room is not much bigger than this area here.
If you couldn't make a cup of tea, you were no damn good. Well, if you knew how to make a cup of tea, you knew how to make a meal. Well, I mean, say, look, it's egg and bacon, fried bread.
We took all our own food, didn't we?
Yeah.
For the month or the 2 months or the fortnight, however long you were going to go. And we had a mechanic come to Needles, a new chap, lived in Harwich. So I said, where is your food? I said, we bring it up if you like, and you can store it, in the food cupboard. We'll share with Cyril. Oh, I ain't got a lot, he said. Don't eat a lot. I said, yeah, but he's got a box about that big. Flat box. That's it, he said. That's what, all of it. Yeah. God's honest truth, as true as I'm sitting here, he had 28 pot noodles. 28 pot noodles.
But a lot of chaps were like that because they didn't want to spend too much money. They wanted to
And
save
lose weight,
money all the time.
Yeah.
I heard of another keeper with a similar food addiction to that. And the story was that, the less he spent, the more he'd have to spend when he came off the lighthouse.
Yeah, if there's anything of him left.
Yeah.
The first place I had to cook in rice pudding or soup, I can't remember what it was anyway, broth. And I put the barley in or the rice in. I thought, that's not going to be much good, it looks pretty thin, so I shook more. Eventually the pan was full of the
Well, you learn.
you learn.
I got it down to fine art as regards the middle watch. Reckon when the keeper I just relieved got off to bed, had exactly 4 hours to make me a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Right from the square one with the flour and everything else, made it up, put it on top of we had a Rayburn then, of course, coal-fired Rayburn, which is ideal for baking.
Yeah.
I prepared it,
I'm proud of you.
let it rise, put it in the oven, and by about 10 to 4, just before I call the next man on watch, I'll be able to take this lovely hot loaf out of the oven. And I mean, the smell was absolutely fantastic. So it just takes almost exactly 4 hours. Those things you learn.
I remember on Alderney when I was there, of course, on the first flight in from France, I used to bring partly cooked croissant, which the local bakery would heat up and then bring round.
Yeah.
So I used to phone Heather up about 7 in the morning when I was on morning watch. The first morning phoned her up and I said, well, guess what I'm doing? She said, what? I said, well, guess what I can see out of the window? She said, I don't know what. I said, France. I said, I've just got some fresh croissant delivered and French coffee. And I'm being paid for this.